Hey friends, I hope you're doing awesome because today we're getting into esports, what that might look like for Godforge, and what we can expect. Let's jump in. Alright, so here I have Tuesday's newest Fateless video, depending on what day this comes out on. This might be kind of an older video, but it's the Q&A session with Simon, and he goes over a lot of wonderful information, but what we're going to focus on in this video is esports. He says that he does want esports to be a thing, especially with the normalized mode of PvP. And I think that is an amazing idea because there's a lot of non-normalized PvP modes in this genre of game, and we don't see a lot of normalized PvP. I'm going to be saying that a lot, I'm sorry, but normalized because that's important. And what that means is that everybody starts off at the same foot. It all has to do with your skill, which you know about the characters and everything like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and play this clip from Simon, and then we'll get into a little bit more in depth of what he is talking about.
Can you elaborate any more on any esports hopes or plans for when normalized PvP is introduced to the game? I know there were some mentions of it before. So yeah, so I think the normalized PvP mode will be really strong for esports stuff, mainly around a draft system, which will be really fun to be involved with. If you've played games like Hearthstone Arena, that's the type of system we're thinking of for drafting. And then I guess this ability to build out teams that could compete in a live matchup will be involved in that as well. So yeah, that's the kind of main thing, but again, I'll go into details on the systems as the systems are kind of more fleshed out and easier to sort of share with you, I think. At this point of the day.
All right, so he kind of goes into it a little bit, talking about how it might work with the draft system, kind of like Hearthstone Arena, and other things like that. And he said, well, he'll get more into depth than that whenever more of those systems are fleshed out, as I don't think PvP is necessarily fleshed out just yet, just like the clan stuff is still being fleshed out, or at least the basis of PvP might be fleshed out, but nothing more than that. We'll find out closer to when beta does release, which I'll have another video on that. It is hopeful because I myself am an avid esports watcher. I actually have competed in an esport event for Halo, did awful, and then I was a journalist in esports, covering the Overwatch League when it first came out for several different companies and teams. And so it's very exciting to see that Godforge may be an esport contender, and I think that it'd be really fun to just play around with that and see where it goes. But if you don't know what Hearthstone Arena is, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here and watch this wonderful video from Xiao Pao. I'm not sure, but please go and give him a follow because I'm referencing his video. It's about 2 minutes long, so I'm just going to go ahead and let that run through real quick, alright?
If you're new to Hearthstone, the Arena game mode might be a bit daunting, but I'm going to explain everything you need to know about this underrated game mode. I'm Chowpo, and if you're a beginner at Hearthstone, why not subscribe? Because I've got a lot of Hearthstone guides on my channel and a lot more to come as well. Hearthstone Arena is a game mode in Hearthstone where everyone drafts a 30-card deck from a selection of random cards and plays these decks against each other. The goal of this game mode is to get as many wins as you can, up to 12, but if you lose 3 times, your run will be over. When the arena run ends, you will receive a reward.
Alright, so that's where I'm going to stop it at because this gets into the nitty-gritty of Hearthstone Arena, but I wanted to go through how this might be applicable to Godforge, because obviously it's going to be a bit different. This is a hero collector, not a card game, but a lot of the systems are still applicable. And so the draft system, like Simon talked about, where we are going in and drafting characters from a roster that is available, whether that's the entire roster or a randomized roster. We don't know what that might look like yet. I think it'd be cool if it was a randomized roster, so you have to deal with what you got there. Now, having a good selection or good variety, so having 20 legendaries or epics to pick from would be good, but also having it to where it is asymmetrical. So if I pick someone, you cannot pick it. It's similar to Raid's live arena. If I pick one, you cannot pick one type deal. I think that's a very wonderful way to do it. And having it to where everyone is on the same foothold, so you are not using your gear or your characters, you are using the characters with the gear that's already all stats are the same and everything like that. Every time you encounter that hero, every time you draft them, they are in the same equipment and everything. So you as a player can get used to what their stats are and how much they hit for and everything like that. So it's all about planning and tactically choosing your team to outwit and outplay your opponent. I think that's a wonderful way to do it. Now, whether or not there's going to be bans and everything like that, bans and keeps or whatever, we don't know. Like he said, they're going to flesh that out more when they get there. But I think this is going to be very, very awesome. I did want to go into one other thing real quick to show you, which is Summoner's War. So this is something that it might look like. I'm going to let this play in the background a little bit. But this is Summoner's War. Sorry. Esports and what it looks like. And I think that this would be an amazing thing to see. Now, obviously, these players are using the characters on their account. It is not normalized. It is not anything, and you're gonna go through all these picks and stuff. So all of these are account specific. They have their own gear on it, how they're built and stuff like that, which I think to a certain degree is cool. But from a pay to win aspect, the only thing that you have to do to compete in esports is pay enough money to get characters that are set up, geared like this, everything like that. That is where the skill and paying threshold disintegrates. And so I think it's a very cool idea to have it normalized, where it is just the player's skill going into it, rather than what you are able to build and have on your account. So yeah, that's really it that I have for this video. We don't know a whole lot about the esports, but the fact that it is something they are actively looking into and working towards sets my heart. I just got butterflies. I'm super excited. If this thing is a thing, I may have to break out my journalist hat again and get invested in this and see where it goes and stuff. I mean, I might try my hand at, competing where I can, but I've always liked covering it and going into the theory crafting behind the players themselves, not just the game mode. So I think that'd be a really interesting thing to do. So thank you. Please let me know your thoughts down below, what you think of esports. Would you want to compete? Because if so, you need to start learning about Godforge and catching up and stuff like that and getting ahead of the curve. And you can do that here on my channel. Just give me a like, a subscribe, comment down below what you would like to see. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!